Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Tim Young, and this is your next edition of Chiro Stories. This one's a little different. I just want to give you a little bit different perspective on practice and chiropractic, and from a patient's point of view. Several years ago, I had a lady coming in, and sweet lady. She's probably in her early 70s, and she'd been coming in for probably 2 or 3 weeks, and she came in one day, and we were that particular day, which a lot of days, but that particular day we were extremely busy, and I mean, people were moving really. They were coming in, getting their adjustment and leaving, coming in, getting their adjustment and leaving. And she come in and she put her stuff down, and I adjusted her and I helped her up. And I remember it was cold like it is now, and I helped her put her jacket on. And she turned around, and I'm getting ready to open the door, and she said, "Dr. Young, you know what we want?" And it kind of caught me off guard. And I took my hand off the door handle and I said, "Well, no, ma'am. What do you want?" She said, "What we want you to value our time. We want you to at least act like you care, and we want to get well. We want to get better." Okay, yes, ma'am. She goes, "Thank you." And I opened the door and she left. So again, we're extremely busy, and I didn't give it a lot of thought at the moment, but later on, I really started thinking about what she said and kind of, broke it down. And I want you guys all to think about something. So first of all, it was compelled her. Something was on her heart that she needed to say this. And when she said, "You know what we want," she's talking about people in general, patients, people like her. The first thing she says, "We want you to value our time." And what she was telling me is how much she appreciated me respecting her time. She wanted to get in, she wanted to get out. And I kind of laughed to myself. She's 70 years old. What has she got to do? We've got people that are, running corporations and business and families and kids and all this. Everybody's time is valuable. Matter of fact, it's so valuable that I want you to think about what she said. Value our time, at least act like you care. I'm going to come back to that one. And the last thing she said was, we want to get well. We want to get better. She put her time in a list of 3 things. Time was first and getting better was third. It was last. What she's saying is, if you don't value my time, I don't have time to take care of myself. So that's an important point to this whole video. The second was, at least act like you care. Now listen, chiropractors, if you're listening to this, if you have to act like you care about someone, then you're in the wrong profession. One of the most important things we can do is truly, genuinely love and care for other people. That's the intention behind the adjustment. That's the intention behind the visit. And when you have that proper, positive, loving intention, the adjustment is received that way, and that is how the patients walk out of your office with receiving that sort of energy, that present time consciousness. If you don't, you're in the wrong profession, because you're delivering something negative, and that's not respectful to them. And then the time, please value their time. That they did not get in their car and drive across town with all their kids and take off work early and all this to go in and have a conversation with you about what you did over the weekend, or about football or politics or anything else. They come to get an adjustment. And for those of you that are not chiropractors that are watching this, understand that if you go to a doctor and you sit and you wait in the waiting room forever, and you wait, and you see the staff and they're talking, and they're carrying on, and then you get into another room and you're just waiting, and the doctor comes in and he's just inefficient, then more than likely that doctor and that staff really doesn't care that much about you. It's more about them than it is you, and you're probably in the wrong place. But if you go into an office, a doctor, a chiropractor, anywhere, and they are attentive, they look you in the eye, they smile, they know your name, they move quickly because they understand and value your time, they get you where you need to be, and they give you the service and quality that you come to expect on a timely manner, then you're in the right place. So, long video, but I just thought it was important that we get our perspective in line, and make sure that everybody understands that in today's world especially, people will not take the time to take care of themselves if they don't have the time. I had one day that I had almost 80 walk-ins in one day in my office. There's like 78 walk-ins. They didn't have an appointment. They didn't call. They just showed up because they knew they could get in and get their adjustment and get out. We saw like 260 that day. And I'm not bragging about the number, but my point is the reason they came is because they could. They knew they wouldn't have to wait all day. They knew they were going to come and get their adjustment. They weren't going to spend 20 minutes, for me to go through all a bunch of ridiculous things that didn't apply to them. All right, so let's go back to taking care of people. And if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If not, I love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.